It's been 1 month since the Nintendo Switch 2 come out, and it feels like only yesterday. So Josh and I are going to talk about how the Nintendo Switch 2 has fit into our life over the last month. Because my God, it's finally here. But if that's entertaining to you, come on in. G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors to episode 320 are open. Of course, I'm joined by my wonderful friend, my wonderful co-host. It's Josh, or JT if you like. Josh, how you going, mate?
Hello. Very well, thank you. Hello, everyone listening, watching as well. 1 month already. Oh my God, I can't actually, how? I feel like this thing's just come out still, and it's already been a month. So, pretty crazy, really.
Yeah, well, it was one thing for me because I was just sort of thinking about it. You know, we're seeing a lot of YouTube videos being like, oh, here's a review after 1 month of Nintendo Switch 2. But really, I'm like, has it been a month? And it's been one of those things where it's just like fit into my life. Just like, it's sort of just like kick the OLED Switch out. And I haven't, you know, it feels like the norm now, which is both a good and a, I don't know if it's a bad thing. It wouldn't be a bad thing necessarily, but it's just like, yeah, it feels good to finally have it, I guess, and it's just sort of it's where we need to be finally.
We were waiting for so long, weren't we? You know, 2024 was pretty long. Waiting for the Switch 2. Now we have it, and it's flying by. So the wait doesn't seem long now.
Yeah, no.
We have our toy. We're pretty happy, aren't we? Playing it every day.
Yeah, I actually didn't play it too much last week. I felt a little bit sad until we had a little game night on Friday, which was good. We were able to sit down and play some Mario Strikers, and we'll play that later on in the show as well. Yeah, it was nice to play. But we'll dive into that topic a little bit later, Josh. I know I've got to accept my fate from last week, a punishment from our house brawl. I lost our Mario Kart race. I even lost the little fun race afterwards as well. I lost 2 races against you. It was a humiliating defeat. Chantel actually didn't look at me all week. She like, mate, I thought you were the Mario Kart champ, and I said, look, I got to eat.
This isn't the man I married.
No, it wasn't. Like I've really got to adjust myself. So, I had a look at our show notes before, Josh, our shared Google sheet. I see what it is, and I'm nervous about it. So, Josh, what is it? What do I have to do? What's my punishment?
Well, we had such a great time on the NSO app because Super Mario Strikers had just come out on the GameCube. And we were playing around with it, and this is so fun. I had a really good time playing it. And then I thought, oh, this is such a contrast to when Mario Strikers Battle League Football came to Switch, because we really wanted to like it, and we played it, and it was like, is this it? There's nothing else to it. So for your punishment, Drew, you have to say nothing but positive things about Mario Strikers Battle League Football, because I know you really don't like that game. I just want you to try for 30 seconds to say some positive things about it.
All right. So are you going to have like a counter? Are you going to make it really official? Definitely.
I'm going to make sure you do it, Drew. Yep. Let me know when you're ready. I'll count you in, and I'll make a noise when it's 30 seconds.
All right. Go for it.
All right. You ready? In 3, 2, 1, go.
Mario Strikers Battle League Football was one of the most exciting announcements in the life of the Nintendo Switch. I remember watching or listening to a Nintendo Direct on the way to the hospital just after my son was born, and it just happened to be the day a Nintendo Direct dropped, and hearing that finally a Mario Strikers was coming to Switch, the system that could take off the Joy-Cons and you could just really embrace that multiplayer experience, and all of the online stuff we heard about with the online modes, setting up the clubs, having rivalries between different clubs. It sounded fantastic. And the graphics, they looked nice. You know, compared to what we had on GameCube and Wii, the graphics, they were relatively shiny in most instances. If you looked at the characters, they looked nice. It wasn't too bad in that respect.
Well, there you go. There's yeah, you can stop.
It's quite good. But the gameplay I feel like sucks, and the clubs missed the ball, and it didn't really
and everything else was not good.
It didn't really have much more content than what we have now with Mario Strikers on Nintendo Switch Online GameCube. It's got kind of just the same modes. It was just
pretty much the same.
A repeat.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's just slowed down and not as good. But don't know. That was awful, Josh. That was one of the worst things you could have done to me.
You did it.
Thank you.
I love how you just talked about the announcement for 15 seconds because that was the best thing.
I was so excited, dude.
You're really excited. You couldn't even talk about the actual game for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big disappointment, wasn't it?
It was.
You just weren't happy with it.
It was. But now we just need...
it's very bittersweet playing the GameCube game. I'm thinking, this is what we wanted, obviously, back in the day. And to get the exact same thing 30 years on, or not 30, 20-something years on.
30 years on, Jesus Christ. Has it been that long?
No. I was watching something today about the Virtual Boy on Did You Know Gaming or something, and that was 30 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, that's a long time. So obviously, this is not, it'd be 20-something, maybe 20 years.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
05, is that when Super Mario Strikers came to GameCube? Might have been.
That's a good guess.
I reckon 20.
I wasn't a current up with the times gamer when Mario Strikers come out. I didn't have the GameCube. I didn't have all that. When I was back in my day, Josh, when I was keeping up with video games, that was Strikers Charged on Wii. That's when I first fell in love with the series. So that's my game. So when that comes to Switch 2, I'll be all over that one. I'll be pointing my Joy-Con at the screen, saving goals, doing all that.
Yeah, doing the goalie saves. Yep. I can't remember what else is different in that one. But I love that version too, because that was the one I grew up with as well.
Yeah. Just you're holding the Wiimote, and it was a lot bigger too. And there was not the courses, but like the stadiums. They had more differences, like obstacles and just like the elemental effects and things like that. That's something I don't think we get in Strikers, and we definitely didn't get in Battle League. But
no.
Oh well, it is what it is. So
fair enough.
Are you feeling very confident? So we're going to do Strikers for the House Brawl, and when we were playing before, like on the weekend, you were much better than me. So I'm definitely deciding to choose something that's concurrent for the show rather than for myself. So wish me luck, everybody.
Thank you. That's it. Yeah, because I was feeling pretty good with it, Drew, wasn't I? I was moving around all right. So
you're doing pretty well, man.
Yeah. Thank you. You had a few wins though as well, so it wasn't completely one-sided.
Yeah. Well, I had a few wins, but that would have been like a bit of luck or a bit of maybe you would have missed the button with your thumb or something like that. But when you won, it was a serious win. It was like, fuck, I can't get to my side of the
couple
pitch.
of 5-0 victories in the littered in there, wasn't there?
There was. So it's like, oh well, it is what it is. And I can imagine, like, because you didn't have your camera on, but I had my game chat camera on. You just like look down at my corner of the screen. You just look at the sorrow wiping across my face. It's like,
yeah, you were, yeah. You're like, how the hell did that go in? Because I had a Toad as my secondary character, and I think you learned pretty quickly to get Toad onto as well. Because I think
so
like this guy's cheese. He's so good. He's quick, and he could get the ball in. And it was just like, yep, he's the guy to pick.
Yeah, because like I hadn't played it in years, Strikers. So I was like trying to work out the controls, and you're doing this really fast headbutt, and I'm just doing this pretty slow slide tackle. I'm like, my God, how I can't get the ball off of him. But then I worked out, there's a slide tackle, and then there's like a more of a tackle, which is like with Toad and the other characters, it is like a full on headbutt. So I ended up just using that. I'm like, okay, that's a bit quicker and a bit more power behind it.
Yes.
So, yeah. And I was actually very impressed by playing GameCube games online with Nintendo Switch Online as well. Obviously, we haven't done that. We haven't.
Pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think there was a bit of lag because we were trying to do those charge shots when you got to like hit the two green bars, and I was playing just in handheld mode before just to see what it's like playing with a Joy-Con because I'll probably just play with the Pro controller tonight, and I was just kind of curious about like the latency. And I'm like, maybe there is a bit of latency, but apart from that very specific bar that we were trying to hit for those goals, I didn't really feel it anywhere else, to be honest with you. So
Was it? Yeah, I didn't notice it really, and except the bar stuff. But that was just maybe I'm just very bad at it and not over it, not with it. But yeah, was it different for you in handheld?
yeah, it felt a little bit different. I don't know if it was like a major difference, but yeah, because like felt like I was closer to it, but it was like as far away as it could possibly be when I was actually getting like my input hit on the actual the line there. But
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Interesting.
it's cool to have
Right,
it.
we'll have to play it again tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, because
Yes, it's good.
a lot of the games I want on GameCube, they are like single player games. Like I want the Pokemon games, I want Sunshine, I want, et cetera, et cetera. But the more games like this, the better. Just going into the GameCube library, I think it's pretty cool. So we should try it Nintendo 64 again, actually, now that the app's been updated for Switch 2, and try that online because yeah, playing was it Mario Party 3? Like it worked well enough on Switch, but you could tell that it's like, well, this isn't really ideal. I'm not going to rush out and play this anytime soon again. But yeah, if it works like the GameCube version, that was great. I'll be all about those older Mario Party games and game chat and all of that. So
Yeah,
cool.
it was just one moment, wasn't there, where it was a bit of lag, but that was it. Everything else was pretty good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, because I just didn't expect it. I had no sort of confidence in it. But no, it worked out pretty well.
Low confidence.
Especially for me because I was like mirroring your screen as well. It wasn't like how it works is I basically see what's on your screen and then I just like phone in with a second controller. But yeah, it pretty much looked like it was on my side of things. So don't know, pretty cool. Looking forward to.
Yeah, it was great.
But I will say, if I lose tonight, I'll blame the app. Be like Nintendo's online services; they got to improve.
Yeah, that's the only way you would lose tonight.
That's the only way.
The only way.
Yep, that's right. I do have evidence of our games on, was it Friday or Saturday night? Because I recorded the couple just because I was at the computer and I thought I might as well get some footage if I need some B-roll for anything down the future. So I do have evidence of me getting my ass kicked, but I'll cut them out. And
I'd love to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll cut them out and I'll just do my wins. Little guy smashed him.
Hey, I'll blame it on the edit.
Yeah, that's right. We blame the editor. That's right.
Yeah, correct.
All right, so we're going to play some Mario Strikers later, but for now, let's do some housekeeping. We are live here on youtube.com/iDruby. We try to go live every Monday, 8:30 Australian Central Standard Time. Big thank you to Dolphin Pants in the chat. Really appreciate you jumping in. It's very, very nice. Hopefully we'll get some good name ideas again from you because we got the Nintendo Switch I remember that one or something like that last week. What was it exactly again? You butchered it.
You didn't write it down.
That's right. No, I didn't.
And you need to write it down, Drew.
I need to write these things down. That's right. But I didn't.
Nintendo Switch. Oh, I remember that game. And NS. Oh, I remember that game.
That's better.
Something like that. Yeah.
But really, really appreciated. And if you'd like to support the show, you can leave a 5-star review on your podcast services. You can leave a comment under the YouTube VOD, etc., etc. I really appreciate anybody that takes the time to listen to the House of Mario. Yeah, absolutely. Really, I know there's so much content out there for you to listen to and watch. So you being here really means a lot to me. I absolutely love doing the podcast, and it means a lot to Josh as well. And Josh,
definitely.
Your Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Maniacs, fortnightly, where you get some goddamn lunatic Nintendo fan that come on and talk to you about Nintendo. What's going on this week?
Yes. So I had a pretty busy weekend, so I haven't been able to schedule a recording in, but I will try for one this weekend and get an episode out very soon. So that will be hoping to be maybe Switch 2 version focused of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild and what those games offer. So, yeah, in the process of securing the guest right now. So hopefully, yeah, I'll have something to share by next week.
Josh is in the process of I completely bizarre. I just
Scheduling a
realized. I just realized I am completely fried tonight. It's been a long day. So I'm just trying to get words out.
You're mincing your words tonight. That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. It's been a long day. I've been out today. Been working on the farm. I've had the kids. I took Layla to her vaccinations. I've kind of just sat down here now, and I'm kind of just realizing how tired I am.
Oh, you're tired.
No, I'm not tired. It's just dad life. Just dad life. You know, it is what it is.
That's right. It's you're all good. It happens. But yeah, we'll get you on some funny, good topics, and you might get a bit more energized, maybe.
No, yeah, I feel like I'm just scrambled. I can't get my words out. Like secured. He's in the process of securing the guest. There we go. We got it out. I need a drink.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, alcohol will help.
No, it's just water. I don't think alcohol will help at all.
I mean, it would help.
Would it? What drink? Just like an ale? Just
a shot, maybe.
A shot. Jeez. Yeah. I feel like I need caffeine. I feel like alcohol will put me to sleep.
Okay. Espresso martini or something.
No, I'm not much of a coffee man either. You can't win with me, Emma, can you? It's just...
That's right, you're not. Yep.
Anyway, Josh.
Crack cocaine it is.
That's right. There we go. We're energized. We're moving on.
Yeah, you're all good.
So, yeah, 1 month with the Nintendo Switch 2, Josh. And why I sort of thought about doing this topic, you know, it's just... I guess it's an easy format just to spin off other conversations from. But it's one thing where I was sort of thinking about, like, it's been a month and sort of over the last few weeks, I guess the honeymoon period of Switch 2 has sort of worn off. And not that gripes have come up, not that I like it any less, not that I've changed my mind on things, but it really has just sort of became the norm for me. And I know that's a lot of people are still out there who are looking to, like, you know, saving their pennies and hoping new stock comes in and all this. So there's plenty of new experiences to have. I'm not saying that it's boring or anything by that, but it really has just sort of replaced the Switch. Like, it doesn't, in the best way possible, it feels like a success of it sort of just stepped up. And stuff like game chat that we seem to utilize on the weekly. Like, you know, we used it last week or on the weekend just to catch up and play some strikers. And it's at the stage now where we're not like, oh, this game chat thing works. Wow. We're sort of just like, hey, do you want a game chat? And it's just like a part of our life in some ways. And, you know, seeing games 4K and 1440 and using HDR and all that type of thing. It's kind of just what you expect when you turn on a Nintendo platform now, which is great. But it's just slotted in, and I sort of found myself not thinking about it, like not thinking, oh, here's the new Switch. It's just like, you know, I just pick it up and play now. I was just wondering, like, how are you feeling about it? Are you feeling like, oh, is it still exciting when you pick up your Pro Controller and, oh, there it is, that new Pro Controller? Or is it just sort of just a part of your life now, just what you do?
No, I'm definitely still excited to see it and have it. I keep looking, like, every now and then, like I'm watching like maybe a TV show, and then I'm like, oh, the Switch 2's there. Like, it's just docked and it's just right there. It's like, oh, it looks so nice. It looks so snazzy. So I'm very much appreciative of it. And like the honeymoon kind of hasn't worn off me just yet. It's a very nice upgrade, and we've definitely talked about that on the show, just how much we've enjoyed that. And I think I mentioned it on the show as well, but just picking up the old thing, the Switch 1, this feels so old, so basic compared to what we get now with the Switch 2. So it's a very big upgrade and very nice. And I've actually realized, Drew, I've done a lot more handheld gaming this month than I've really ever done with my Switch 1. Okay. So I feel for me, it's kind of like been that, I don't mind giving this a bit of a go in handheld and enjoying my gaming doing that on the couch. So that's been a bit of a different sort of change of pace for me when it comes to my gaming hobby, which I wasn't expecting, but very nice nonetheless. Yeah, like the launch was crazy. Like I reflect about it now. Like no, there was this whole like we've been waiting all of this year for the actual announcement, and then the direct in April, and then the whole tariff situation worldwide. Then it becomes the fastest selling console launch ever. You know, this thing's shipping millions of units. I heard a rumor it seemed to be fabricated, but you know, it hit around 5 million in the first month or so. So we don't know that for sure just yet, but that sounds about right after the 3.5 million within the first 4 days. So, you know, all the conversation about it being so expensive, is it much of an upgrade? You know, that the numbers are saying otherwise. Is people really wanting this? On day one, people are, you know, playing their games still, continuing on with the Switch 2. So, yeah, I'm loving it. I'm just, yeah, I'm even getting more and more into Mario Kart World with the free roam. I'm kind of enjoying playing that, doing those sorts of extra free roam missions outside of the knockout tour and playing online with friends. So, I'm having a really good time. Then I know that Thursday next week we get to play DK Bonanza, and that game looks amazing. So, you know, there's only good times ahead for this console, and with the games coming out
I had to look at the calendar actually and have a just like when is Donkey Kong next week? I'm like, it is next week. It's like
next week.
was it 10 days
Yeah,
away, whatever it is? Like, how's it so close already? How's the time going so fast? It's kind of good, but kind of concerning at the same time. But I guess if Donkey
pretty
Kong's here
crazy.
before you know it, like I just feel like the last few years, just when it comes to just life, but in the context of this, just for game releases, I'm like, oh, is that next week? Like every single thing coming up, oh, that's next week, and I'm kind of like already playing something. I'm, oh, I better hurry up and finish up or something. I've got to sort of move along with whatever I'm playing. But since Mario Kart, I've kind of like I'm just playing Mario Kart, so it's kind of a good little handball off to Donkey Kong, so I don't really have to rush anything in that way. But I want to go back to your point of you playing more handheld. I find that interesting because I love handhelds, so that's why I love the Switch and a bunch of other handhelds as well. I'm just curious, like, what about the Switch 2 makes it different for you? Because, yeah, you've typically just been a docked player. Is it just like the Switch 2?
Yeah.
Is it the size, or maybe you're busy and it's just more convenient? What's going on?
Um, I think the screen's very, very nice, and that's, you know, with the display. So for those who don't know, I've come from the original Switch One, so I didn't get an OLED. And I've always preferred to play docked. So, I just think, yeah, the screen's really nice and obviously a bit bigger as well. It feels nice as a hold. I don't know. There's something about the other one probably, you know, was a bit smaller, but you know, I feel like I can wrap my hands around the the I don't know. It feels nicer to hold the new one for some reason for me anyway. So,
Yeah, definitely.
um, or maybe it's just a new device and I'm just wanting to hold it and look at it more closely or something, and that's the sort of um, angle I'm going through at the moment. But yeah, I think maybe one of those reasons we've got a new couch as well, and so we've been sort of laying on it a bit, so that might be feeding into it as well. Just sort of wanting to sort of really get myself molded into that couch, get comfy, and then put something on while there's you know, maybe Michaela's watching something on TV and I'm doing something on the side. So maybe a myriad of those reasons, but yeah, I'm playing a lot more handheld.
Yeah, there's a lot of different factors there, but I honestly think maybe you would have played more handheld over the years. It's just purely, the Switch 2 being more comfortable to hold and the screen. I think the screen is a massive thing because the original Switch had a pretty poor screen, and you compare that to, the screen your phone
Yeah,
has and your laptop or whatever you
yes,
have.
that's right.
It's hard to enjoy it. I know I certainly did. So yeah, that might have a big factor on it as well. But are you following some of this stuff about what the online community thinks about the Switch 2 screen? How everybody hates it, and because it's got like poor response time compared to some other screens out there. And like there's a big thing online about people saying, oh, it's got an awful screen, and like the Switch OLED had a better screen. And I don't know. I honestly don't feel or see any of that when I'm actually playing it, because you'd think that it has like the worst screen ever if you read like some certain places of the internet. And I'm sure like Digital Foundry, I'm sure they have like the evidence for it, and like, well, they do have the evidence for it. They've like slowed their
Yeah,
footage down and showed things and all
the
this.
type of research they do, isn't it?
Yeah, but when I'm actually playing it, I'm like, yeah, it's I don't personally feel it. And comparing it to the Switch OLED, I can tell you right now that like the colors, they aren't quite as bright, but like the VRR, the 1080p resolution, that all adds together to make it like a much better screen than what we had on the OLED. If you just like pump up the saturation a little bit with an OLED model down the line, like it's going to be an amazing screen. But what we have right now is a really good looking screen, and that's even like between me playing on like an OLED Steam Deck, and I'll talk about it later, but I've put OLED screens into like a couple of Switch Lites, and I've been playing them as well. So I've been like going back and forth between it, and like picking up my Switch 2 tonight after playing a bit on my OLED Switch Lite. I'm like, yes, the colors aren't as like eye-piercingly beautiful, but it still looks really good. But then that resolution makes a big difference. That size especially makes a big difference. Like the 7.9 inches, like that is a really nice size screen to hold, and you can't put it in your pocket. But once you're sitting on the couch and playing with it, it's really good. So I'm glad that, you know, after spending time with it and bouncing around other handhelds with OLED screens, that my thoughts on the screen haven't come down, at least a month in, maybe 6 months or a year in. I'll be like, all right, tapping my watch, where's my OLED model? I want to spend $800. I'm just so rich. Yeah, maybe I'll be saying that. I won't be saying that, but I'll be looking for a good trading deal at EB Games potentially, if that's the case. But but yeah, I'm glad that I don't feel like other people. But yeah, it's a tough thing with the screen, because on paper, it's just not seeing OLED. It kind of it is disappointing, especially like the big jump. I guess with the OLED model compared to the original Switch, like there was reason to be like, oh god, we're going back to that, but we're honestly not. We're not going back to what the Switch One was. It is very much just like a much better screen. It's just it could be OLED, but that will cost you. And,
Yeah.
a lot of people wouldn't have been happy about that either.
Yeah, it was. I'm going to paraphrase here and might get my words minced up, but they did talk about this in Welcome Tour.
That's right.
And so there was some reasoning for it wasn't there. And I think like costing of getting the OLED screen and then another feature at the same time just wasn't practical. And so they even talk about, you know, it's a pretty similar output, the screen, in terms of the OLED compared to this LCD technology, and that it's quite comparable these days. But yeah, they did mention, yeah, maybe the OLED might had those brighter colors, so they're darker darks, but the HDR will help with the brighter colors. So it's just a different way of showing their screen technology, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean,
I suppose for people with OLEDs, the screen's not that different.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
It's not better, really.
It is good enough to be like, you know, 2-3 years down the line when Nintendo goes, all right, we have an OLED model, and there'll be those tech reviewers. They'll compare them. They'll put them next to each other, and it might be to the point where like it really is. For most people, it will not be worth like an upgrade purely for the screen, because like, yes, it looks better. If you're buying one, then maybe you'd want to spend the extra $100 or $200 or whatever it is. It's going to be a very expensive screen with OLED, with VRR and 120 and all of that stuff in it. But yeah, I think it's good enough for most people. But I personally I fell in love with OLED. I just love like those bright, vibrant colors. Especially like, you know, with Nintendo games, especially with you know, Mario Kart and Donkey Kong and all this, like they're gonna look absolutely phenomenal on like your OLED TV, for example. So having that handheld would be really nice as well. But we're not many steps below it, I don't think, which is good. But that's probably not a bad option either. Like if you really care about OLED, just like enjoy it when you're home on your TV. Make sure you have an OLED
Yeah, get the
TV and
TV. Yeah, way
yeah.
to do it, isn't it? Um, yeah, so um, yeah, it'd be interesting. Yeah, what sort of revisions they do from now, because I don't know if they'll do a straight up OLED like they have for the Switch 2, for the Switch 1, and do that for the Switch 2. I just yeah,
Mm.
there'd have to be some other big things to do to add to it. I feel, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they come up with in a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean they'll do some other things too, like the kickstand to be a bit different, maybe the processor a bit more efficient. Like we got that processor revision, and maybe that will be saved for like an OLED model as well. So yeah, there's different things they can do, I guess. But yeah, another thing I want to talk about as well, and I think it comes down to what I was saying before, where Switch 2, it feels like it just replaces the Switch, and a lot of that is just like a lot of games apart from Mario Kart that I'm playing are just Switch games or Switch enhanced games. We don't have really any news about, I guess, Switch 2 games coming later this year. We know about like Sonic Cross Worlds and a few others, but we really didn't get that third party announcement reveal that we thought we would get from like Summer's Game Fest or a June Direct or something like that. It is very much just like it's up in the air still from third parties. We know we're getting Donkey Kong and updates for Mario Party Jamboree and Pokemon and Metroid. We know we're getting those from Nintendo, but like as far as I guess third parties, it seems like there is no news whatsoever, and that I think that kind of dampers it a little bit for me because it doesn't really feel like it started. Like it got kicked off with the initial launch games of Mario Kart, and Nintendo will have their games, but it hasn't really started as far as like third party output and indies and everything else. It's just Switch as normal, apart from that. So I don't know how you feel about that. Like, I know you're typically a more Nintendo focused gamer than maybe me, but is that something you've been thinking about? Just like other third party games?
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely more, yeah, obviously playing. I buy a Nintendo console for the Nintendo games, and so I feel like the roadmap of Nintendo stuff coming this year is really good, and yeah, that's definitely going to keep me going for the rest of the year. But yeah, it's been an interesting one because yeah, we've had the initial April Direct, didn't we? And there was lots of third party support, and like the launch lineup looked pretty good, I thought, and not bad at all in terms of what was going to be available and there. But yeah, you're right. It's been pretty quiet since, and I don't know. We were all thinking there was going to be a June Direct, which didn't happen. And yeah, Summer's Game Fest didn't really show or didn't show anything. And it's only been in the last couple of weeks we've had some games announced for Switch 2. We had the for the makers of Another Code and Hotel Dusk. I can't remember his name, but the Dear Me I Am.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a Switch 2 exclusive coming in summer, they say. So winter for us. So that'll be sometime in the next couple of months. I'm a little sad, Drew. They say it's for adult women. Apparently, one of the descriptions was for this game.
Oh,
so
I watched the trailer. I thought it looks pretty cool. So
yeah, I was like, yeah, I want to play this. So yeah, hopefully, yeah. I mean, that doesn't necessarily need to stop me, but we'll see from the reviews whether it will be up my alley or not. But yeah, I think there's nothing really coming, is there? So I'm just thinking and hoping it's because they're all wanting to be in a direct. That's not too far away, but what does that mean? What's not too far away in terms of a time frame? Like, is September going to be when we get the announcements? But then, will that be shell drop stuff? Will that be stuff coming out in 2026? It's going to be interesting. So, yeah, we know that there's been different priorities given by Nintendo when it's come to the Switch 2, because we've had media didn't get access to Mario Kart World early. They had to wait for launch day like everyone else. And we know that Nintendo's been very selective when it comes to who gets development kits, and some have had to miss out. Maybe some bigger studios than we thought would have to. So, yeah, they're playing it a bit differently this time, Nintendo. And yeah, I'm not quite sure it's, we don't quite know if it's paid off yet. And time will tell, I suppose. But yeah, they've kept their cards close for this one to probably prioritize a couple of other things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just the biggest negative for me. It's just like, yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's kicked off. And
Yeah.
I assume it might come down to like, yeah, dev kits not being available to prevent leaks beforehand. Like, it was a pretty quick turnaround, so Nintendo wanted to keep the lid on it as much as possible. But yeah, I wish it was just like a bit more going on. Like, oh, it would be good to look towards me like, oh, Elden Ring's coming out now. Like, some of the big games that have been out for years, it'd be cool to like know what's coming and when it's coming to sort of put it on your roadmap a little bit. But yeah, it's just a little bit strange, just how it's all worked out. Like if the PS5 came out and just all right, don't know what's coming out for it. You can play PS4 games for another 6 months, and maybe the odd third-party game from like whether it's Sonic Racing Cross Worlds or the odd thing coming out. But apart from that, go and play your PS4 games. It's kind of a weird anticlimactic launch in some ways. Just afterwards on the third party front or just the game library front in general. But
Yeah. I feel this is way bigger than Switch One was. I mean, we obviously had Breath of the Wild, which was huge, and that's all you needed. But outside of that, like that's why people were buying snippet clips and 1-2 Switch, because there really wasn't anything else. So I mean, this is a lot more varied and much bigger of a lineup compared to that, and the fact that we've had GameCube games as well, and you got your existing Switch One library there. It's just we're kind of spoiled for choice, I feel, in a way.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But we were in a completely different space with Switch One. That was like,
Yes.
I was like, for me, I was buying as many games as I could on it, like third party wise and indies, because I'm like, I want to support this thing because I want the Switch to be successful, because I want to play on it. I want Nintendo to stick around. I like the idea of playing on the TV and in handheld. It suited me like down like 100%. So I was very happy with it. So I was all about that. But now we're at the point where, Nintendo are very successful. They're continuing on. I'd like to have some games that didn't run on my Switch, please. And it just seems to be very slow. But I'm patient. I don't have that much time anyway, so it's all good. But it just seems strange from maybe like the industry perspective, where people that are on the fence and aren't really that fussed about like just Mario Kart and just Donkey Kong, like it's not going to sell them by themselves. Like they might want to say, hey, look, Rocket League looks great on this, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, like these games are on it that weren't on Switch One before. And I think it makes a good case for people upgrading and moving on, because I don't know how, but a lot of people feel content with their Switches being like, hey, look, I don't need the Switch 2. It's all good. Like, it's just a bit of an upgrade. So it's a lot of an upgrade, but I guess if they don't have a lot of games showcasing that, then fair enough. That's why people believe that, I guess. And it's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I know people waiting for certain games to come out before they pull the trigger, and it's a big upgrade in terms of price as well. So there's different reasons for that for sure. But yeah, I just the other thing is, it's still very familiar. It doesn't feel like a completely new console, because it is, the next version of a Switch, the Switch 2. So, it's got the same menu, it's familiar but different in improved ways. And so I think that feeling kind of plays into it as well for some. It's just, it's more of the same. So which, most people wanted and loved, because that's what the Switch was, what made it so popular and great. So it's just slightly different in that regard as well.
Yeah, no, totally. But yeah, I can be patient, because all I wanted to play this month or last month was Mario Kart. Donkey Kong sneaking up on me. I've got a few things that I want to play just in my backlog. So I'm not like aching because I've got nothing to play. That'd be extremely far from the truth. But yeah, it's not even it's not even necessarily just for my gaming taste. It just feels like there was a big pop, and then it's just silence afterwards. It just feels a little bit strange. But I hope we'll see a lot more stuff soon, because I'm going to be very excited to see a lot of games that even were on PS4 that we didn't see on Switch. Like all the Resident Evil games and a bunch of these ports come over, which would be great. Because the only one I'm sort of thinking about stuff from Ubisoft, like Star Wars Outlaws. that it doesn't run on Steam Deck, so it's kind of exciting to see it on like a console handheld. It'd be cool to see it on Switch 2, as well as I guess Borderlands
Does that have
4.
a release date? Is that coming
Uh,
out very soon?
I think it
September?
did. September. I think it was September at some point. Yeah.
August maybe.
I think it was September, but yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm counting down the days to play it, but I'm just curious from like a technical perspective, because when it came out on PS5, I wasn't like, oh, I've got to play this. Far from it, to be honest. But on Switch 2, like, I'm more interested in these games to be able to play them portably. Like, when Borderlands 4 got announced, I looked at it and went, like, it looks good, but I had no interest in it. But the idea of it on Switch, I'm like, that sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Like, whether it's game chat or whether it's just grinding out in handheld mode on the couch or whatever, I'm all about it. But even stuff like Borderlands 4, it's no longer day and date with the other versions now, which is unfortunate. I don't know why. I dare say it's just been in development less, or maybe they're having problems or something like that. But yeah, hopefully next year, like 2026, we'll see like these announcements come out and they'll be like, hey, there is a Switch 2 version as well as PS5, Series X, and PC. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. But apart from that, Josh, it's been a great month with the Switch 2. Really like it. Haven't really changed my thoughts on it since day one. But yeah, I haven't sold it yet.
Yeah, that's good. You're still enjoying it. It's been super fun, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Josh. I think it's time. We're going to skip the news because nothing's really going on.
What news? Nothing happened.
No news. That's all, it's like literally what we talked about. Like, it's just nothing's going on.
Nothing's going on.
It feels kind of weird. But it's time to jump into the house brawl, Josh. So I would like you to invite me to the game so I don't have to do it. I'll explain the rules while you do that. Because were you playing while we were talking? Because I'm just looking at you. You look like you're concentrating, and like I say, you're playing something. Are you practicing beforehand, Josh?
No, I was playing Mario Kart.
Are you playing
Mario Kart World?
Mario Kart. That's all right then. Because if you were getting,
if I was doing strikers, that'd be funny. Yeah. I do need to get my GameCube controller, which is downstairs. If you could talk for 20 seconds or something, maybe.
That's all right. I can do that.
I'll be back.
Because I'm just going to use my Pro controller for Mario Kart. Well, not Mario Kart, Mario Strikers. I'm used to saying Mario Kart. I've been talking about Mario Kart all month. But yeah, I am very excited to play Strikers against Josh. And I got to admit, like I said before, I got my ass absolutely whooped by him multiple times. But I'm feeling a little bit more confident. I don't know, maybe after we had those games, I had a bit of a sleep. You know, your brain sort of like segments all of that information, puts it where it needs to go. And now I'll be able to just absolutely dominate. He's putting his headphones back on, so that's a big one. So you're back, Josh.
Hello.
So you needed the GameCube controller. You Pro controller, Joy-Cons wouldn't cut it. You've got to do it the authentic way. I appreciate you, Josh. You're yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, I don't know, I'm just so, especially with these games, and I feel like with 64 games as well, it's just like the controller just makes it for me. So
I agree.
Yes, I will be. Alrighty. So you want me to invite you?
Yep, you invite me. And for those that haven't listened to the last couple of weeks of the House of Mario, we do a segment called House Brawl where we have a friendly little competition week to week. We play a game, and whoever wins gets to choose a punishment on the podcast for the other co-host on the following week. And at the end of the month as well, we have a monthly winner, and I guess we'll have a yearly winner as well. But we'll work that out when that comes. I don't know what, maybe just a pat on the back, maybe a kiss on the cheek. Here you go, mate.
Ooh, okay. I'm happy with that. That sounds good to me, Drew.
Does it? Oh, good.
Yeah. All right. So, are you with me?
I am not.
Thought you okay? You hadn't joined yet.
So how do I join? Is it just an invite?
I sent you an invite.
Okay, I'll go to my invite. Oh, I've got a little invite here. Invitation. Oh, got bloody beautiful, man. Oh, so I've got to like, oh, interesting. I've got to reset the software, then jump back into it. Interesting. So, how confident are you for this week, Josh? So we picked Mario Strikers. You went well on the weekend. How are your feelings towards this? Because my feeling is that a little bit nervous, to be honest with you, but we're gonna have fun regardless. But how's your inkling going into it?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. It felt good Friday night playing against you. I was getting some good goals. But I know this game, you shouldn't undermine yourself. I think you've got a bit of you got some good ability there, Drew. So
thank you.
anything can happen.
Well, the audio is absolutely butchered on my behalf after we. Oh no, it's coming in.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds. Whoa.
Yeah. Is this meant to be on the live stream as well, Drew?
Yeah. Yeah, we're live streaming this, mate.
And the screen of us playing?
Yes, it is.
Why isn't it showing up on mine?
There's a bit of
all right, there you go.
Yeah,
Bit of a delay.
You're on a
fine.
delay, mate. Just practice some patience, all right? All right, so pick a level. The Underground. So I'm playing, my captain is Mario. Josh's captain is Wario. And I actually didn't, I assume, I've got, for some reason, my connection is like awful, as people can see on the live stream or on the video. It's flashing yellow. I guess that's because I'm live streaming, so I guess streaming from you is basically like I'm streaming twice. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said before, I will blame the internet for my loss here tonight. But that's alright. We're going to have fun regardless, aren't we, Josh?
We will. We'll work it out. All right. You ready, Drew?
Ooh.
How's it feeling?
Yeah, a bit. Fuck me.
and that score straight away.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Not playing a character, not joking. There is a lot of lag on my side.
Yep.
That's right.
And I just had my way and just got the ball in the net straight away.
Yeah. What's my goalie doing? Like, I feel like when I play against you, it just doesn't do anything. But when you must be a great shot. Oh. So yes,
I reckon
it is now 1-0 Josh's way.
Yes, and as we mentioned before, I like to do Toad. He's the great sidekick. And I've got Wario as my main. I like the big boy.
Oh.
But this game's super fun. It's very.
Fuck.
Yes.
It's gonna be one of those, isn't it? Just
goal number 2 for Josh.
Yeah. It is now 2-0. Not looking good for the Drubineers.
Drubineers, is that the name you've come up with?
Yeah, just off the bat there. Yeah, the Drubineers.
Yeah, okay.
They're the Drewsters.
Another one here.
Oh yeah, DT.
Oh, here we go. Perfect pass and another goal.
Getting absolutely wrecked here. Absolutely wrecked, everyone. It's just how I feared. It's just how I feared.
3-0.
I don't think I've even had a shot yet, mate.
Yeah. No, yeah, I don't think you have.
No.
There is definitely delay, so that's making it a bit tougher.
Yeah, I'll blame that. Oh my god. I can't do a thing. I'm stuck, everyone. I can't do a thing.
Oh no, 4-0 now.
I took an L for the team. I just thought about the content. Now I guess the content's me just getting smashed. So I don't know if that was that good. Oh, I took a shot, everybody. Took a shot. Thank God.
You had a shot. You're on the board at least, and from that point of view.
That's right. I'm on. Not literally, but Jesus.
Got something in the stat sheet at least. Oh. I just love how brutal this game is.
Yeah.
Absolute hip and shoulder into the electric fence. It's great.
Oh, I got one, everyone.
Well done.
Thank God.
He's on.
Thank
He's on
God.
board.
It's not going to be one of those games where I literally get nothing, I guess. So there is that.
Yeah, no clean sheet. My crocodiles failed.
Yep. Thank God. So
We're
on
better
one.
internet would be nice.
Yeah, the internet. The goddamn internet.
Correct.
Trying to swap my carry on you.
Not happening.
Yeah. Must be the controller, not me. Yeah, it's the controller. Josh scored another goal. It is now 4-1. Oh, sorry, 5-1.
5-1 now.
So I need to pull something out my butt, Josh. Don't know what it is. It's gonna have to be something big. Very big.
5-minute game, and we've got 2 minutes 52. So technically not only not even halfway through the match yet.
Yeah.
There is time. Not that you really, it's gonna be tough.
Oh. Oops.
And I don't get this Bowser thing. Did you have an item to do here for him to
Yeah, I
appear?
don't know. I don't think so. I
Or
don't.
does he just appear and cause chaos at certain stages?
I assumed he just shows up.
Because he's got everything's slanted at the moment. It's very annoying.
Yeah, I could do without Bowser, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. Now all the items start arriving.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, God. Just absolute chaos with items. I don't even know what's going on.
Absolute chaos. All the items. Big bombs as well. It's just, not for the faint of heart.
No.
All right, you got 90 seconds, Drew.
All right. No worries.
Yeah, plenty of time. The comeback's on. Oh, if I can get it out, come on.
This is tough. Don't do it from there.
Yeah, that was pretty far out. It would have been pretty cheeky if I got it from there. Use some items. I'll stop my ring here.
Oh. The sheer desperation. But it's so far gone, but
Not looking good, Drew.
not looking
Not
good.
looking
30 seconds, 4 goals. Can it be done? I think it can literally be done, but the way
I think you could. If you're very lucky
with some supers.
and very skilled, I reckon.
You give me no time to activate a super kick, a super shot.
No, I've been mean like that.
Yeah, you have been pretty cruel.
Oh,
Last 12
that
seconds. Can we pull
Get that
something
one.
off? No, we do not.
no.
No.
Gotta hang on for a 5-1 win. Oh, no.
Oh. And that is it. 5-1. Congratulations, Josh. The handshake.
Thank you.
Here it is. Well, that went as well as I thought it would, but that's okay. Because at the end of the day, didn't we have great fun playing that? Didn't we just have the best time?
We played for like 2 hours that night.
Yeah.
Just sort of smashed
Yeah, it was a good time. Good
Yeah.
time.
It was a very good time.
So yes, congratulations, Josh. You can pick another punishment for me next week. And I guess I can choose the game as well. So next week, I better think of something good to make it a tie for the month.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep a tally now, aren't we? So I'm 2-1.
What have you never played that you own? What have you left in the shrink wrap? Yeah, that was good fun.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, something along those lines. And then, yeah, if anyone's got any suggestions, let us know as well.
yeah, I'm happy to take suggestions because, yeah, I think like we'll have Mario Party Jamboree later in the month. Donkey Kong, I guess we could come up with some specific challenge, but that also might be a little tedious to set up, I guess, just for our setup here on OBS. But then we've got we've got Smash Brothers and all of the usual as well, I guess. But yeah, back to Mario Kart maybe.
Yeah,
I'll just do Mario Kart Battle Mode again. So mate, that seems to be the only thing I can pull miracles out.
Hey, if you want to do coin runners, we've done balloon battle. If you want to do coin runners, we can do that.
Yeah, that sounds thrilling. So,
You're correct.
Two player coin runners. Dolphin Pants in the chat says, everybody 1-2 switch, the color matching game.
Just
do something like that. I can.
Unreal, eh?
So some of those games and everybody 1-2 switch, I have a great time actually. Like the Wizard game where you're like charging up your one shot when you like do a Harry Potter like Voldemort and Harry standoff. That was quite fun. Stuff like that.
Okay.
But we have to do it in person.
I've never played 1-2 switch, so I would have to take your word on it.
You were missing out. You were missing out. It is a gem. Yeah. It was a launch gem for Switch. It really was. It was. I had a lot of fun with it. I got to admit, there was a game where you've got to like put the Joy-Con by your side, and you strut up and down the fashion runway, and you got to strut in a certain style. And I had a great time playing that with my mum. I was like, "Hey, mum, look at my new toy. It's called the Nintendo Switch." And we were playing that, and we were giggling with each other, and all of this. It's just the dumbest thing, and but it was so much fun. I got a lot of love for 1-2 Switch.
There you go. That's cool.
Love.
Yeah,
a lot of love.
That's cool moments.
More love than Welcome Tour, that's for sure. But
yeah, well, I mean,
Welcome Tour costs about a fourth the price, so there is that too.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a Switch voucher I need to use by the end of the week.
Oh,
and I don't know what to use it on, Drew, because I was hoping that a Nintendo Direct would have happened in June, and there might have been something shadow dropped for Switch 1, and nothing happened. So I'm gonna have to use it on a game that I don't really know if I really want, to be honest. So I'm thinking either Miitopia. I was gonna get Game Builder Garage, but I don't think that's available on the Australian one. So I don't know what to get.
That's pretty cheap too. You'll be wasting your money,
maybe
basically.
Get cheap elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's maybe Miitopia.
Miitopia. Is that the only thing you don't have that is available?
No, I've got others, but just whether I'm interested in them or not, not sure.
Because even like
Pokken Tournament, I could do.
Yeah, that'll be a better one than Miitopia.
Tokyo Mirage Session, I did think about maybe.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. Have you got Horror Warriors Definitive? It's not really a thing though, is it? The Horror Warriors?
Nah, I don't really want a Warriors game. And Michaela's got it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I want to get some vouchers purely. I think I want to get like Famicom Detective Club, like the bundle, get those ones, and like Horror Warriors. I'm sort of thinking about it, but also I can't be bothered spending $130 on old Switch games.
Yeah, correct. Especially with new stuff out at the moment. I would use it towards Pokemon Legends ZA or Metroid Prime 4, but the voucher expires before they come out. So you can pre-order them, but it has to still be within. They can't expire the voucher before it comes out. So, which is a bit shitty.
Oh, really?
So,
huh.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's a really weird sort of terms of service. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So I was kind of hoping I could use something pretty soon. That would just get recently announced, but nothing's really come out.
Yeah, well, I definitely wouldn't do Miitopia. Like, no disrespect to Miitopia, I'm sure it's a fun time, but surely out of the first party catalog on the Switch, you'll be able to think of something. What about even like a second version of a Pokemon game or something? Like even something like that?
No, I'd rather get Miitopia.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a new experience. Yeah.
Yeah, no, just a new experience. Yep. Yep.
Do you have?
So I'm looking through the thing. I'm
Do you,
looking through the games, ones that I don't have.
mm.
Uh, Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I don't have that. I'm
Oh,
not
that's a good
counting
one.
the double second versions of Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
Michaela's got Fire Emblem Warriors, Three Hopes. Sorry, so I'm counting those ones I could just play straight away. DC Superhero Girls. I don't have that. Teen Power. Miitopia. Bravely Default 2. I could do that. One of the fitness boxing games. Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I don't have the remake of that. Daemon X Machina, maybe. The World Ends With You. Go Vacation. Sushi Striker was the other one I was thinking about.
Oh, that's an oldie.
It is an oldie. Dragon Quest Builders and Pokken Tournament. I think that's it. Oh, 1-2 Switch.
Yeah, maybe not 1-2 Switch now. As much as I liked it back 8 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm clutching at straws.
Yeah, you are a little
Would
bit.
Sushi Striker be all right?
I mean, look, nothing wrong with Sushi Striker, but you're not going to play Sushi Striker. Like Bravely Default 2, that's not a bad one. Honestly, to pick up on Switch.
I feel like you get it cheap eventually. That's just it's
Yeah, but honestly, out of
Square.
yeah, that's true. Like you will, and you probably already have. Like that probably already has been sales, but yeah. Return to Dreamland, that's a great Kirby game. Like the remake of the Wii game.
Just I don't know. Just the 2D Kirby just doesn't interest me a lot. So yeah, maybe Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Miitopia, Daemon X Machina. I don't know. Just yet. I just wish I had. I wish the expiry wasn't as quick as it was.
Yeah, because I'm trying to work out.
And Metroid had come out already.
Would you have got a voucher for like Princess Peach Showtime? Is that similar time? Just trying to think of like what you spent the first one
2
on.
years.
2 years ago, was it?
I think. Yep. I think so. Yeah. Did they go for 2 years? I can't remember what came out. Was it Pikmin around this time? Pikmin 4.
Yeah. No, you are definitely sort of like just buying a game for buying a game's sake. But yeah, definitely use it. Don't let it expire. That'll suck. It does. It is unfortunate you can't just use it.
I've got to use it.
Yeah, it sucks that you can't use it on Pokemon. As if you can't just pre-order it now.
It's right at the top as well. Like it's there for me to like pre-order. If I go proceed, yeah.
That's actually a good question. Like I actually don't know. Can you, with the Switch Online vouchers, can you pre-order Metroid Prime? And obviously you talked Pokemon, but can you pre-order those normal Switch games that are still yet to come out? So you said yes to Pokemon.
You can, but it's just the expiry of this voucher has to still be valid, and so it won't let me.
That doesn't make any sense. That really doesn't. You're putting your money down for a pre-order. Like I would, like if I pre-ordered, I would have to put my money down. Nintendo would take it out of my account. So when it comes to the voucher that you've already paid for, it's like here's the voucher. It's like no, it has to be. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it would be nice if they. Yeah, otherwise, if they let me use it for Pokemon Legends ZA, I'd be doing that right now. Yep, that's the one I want.
Yeah, no, that's frustrating. That's a dilemma, Josh. I'm sorry you're in that predicament. I really am.
All right, it's all good. Yeah, probably shouldn't have bought the voucher to begin with because I've paid extra for a game I probably don't really want to play. But that's all right.
I mean, they got you. They got you. I wish they kept them going. Like, it would be so useful to have like vouchers for Donkey Kong and Metroid and everything going forward. It's
I would have understood an increased price for it for sure. That would have been fine. But yeah.
I mean,
a little annoying.
Yeah, because it was good getting a bit of cash off, but not so much. I saw Dolphin Pants put in the chat. This is something I've been looking forward to as well. Actually, like Tony Hawk 3+4 comes out this week on Switch 2. I'm actually pretty keen for that. I would like to get it on Switch 2, but it's on Game Pass, so it's very much just like for me, probably just get it on Game Pass. But yeah, if it runs well on Switch, it's kind of like the type of game that I'm really actually kind of craving on Switch at the moment. Just something like Mario Kart where I just turn it on and I just play it, then turn it off. Like the idea of just turning it on and doing missions and grinding and doing high scores and things. I'm kind of all about that at the moment. So I'd be very curious to see like the reviews if they actually get reviewed on Switch too, see what it's like.
Yeah,
So that'll be good. But yeah,
be fun.
because
Yeah.
we were just talking about like third party games before, and I forgot to mention that one because yeah, that's one of the only ones where I'm like, oh yeah, that one's actually coming. So yeah, that'll be cool. All right. Where should we go from here? Yes. What are we playing, Josh? I've got some stuff to talk about. I want to talk about my modifications. It's not really games, but much in the world of gaming for you this week?
Not too much. It's been mainly more of free roam in Mario Kart World. So that's been fun to do. I think I've done about nearly 100 of the panels, about 40 plus Peach medallions, and then nearly 150 piece switches, I think. So I'm just having fun going around collecting those. But yeah, outside of that, I think I played Welcome to once or twice, and then just the gaming session with you on Friday night.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think I was in a similar boat because I realized that when I jumped online to play with you, I'm like, I haven't touched my Switch since the podcast earlier that week. So I haven't played any games this week. I've just been I've actually been like looking at a bunch of I guess like retro handhelds and things. I've actually ordered a couple. So that's been my gaming, just like
really.
So I'll have show and tell in a few weeks of some retro handhelds that I'm very excited to I guess show off and talk about. Because one in particular, I've got some from Retroid coming. People that know about Retroid as a company, and I've got this this little small one called the Trim UI Brick. It's like a little tiny Game Boy that you can put in your pocket. So I'm going to have some fun things to tinker with and play some Game Boy games on and all of that. It'll be good fun. But
yeah, nice.
Last night I did the finishing touches I needed to do to my OLED Switch lights. So I've got two of them. I've got one which I completely reshelled, so it's black. I'll show the audience, Josh. Sorry, but you might be able to see through the game chat camera. But yeah,
I'm watching on YouTube as well.
Okay, you'll see the delay. So I reshelled my yellow Switch Lite into a black shell. Gave it an OLED screen, gave it TRR sticks, so like the low power draw sticks, new buttons, all of that. And then I put an OLED screen into my Zelda Switch Lite. And I actually bought this for the purpose of doing it because the person that started the company Retro Remake, he has a YouTube channel called Taki Udon, and he's I guess you would call him like a tech YouTuber, talks about like, new devices, emulation, all that type of thing. It's a rabbit hole that I really enjoy on YouTube. Just like there's like, there's the people on YouTube who are all about retro games, original hardware, no emulation. Then there's the people which is like all emulation, all of these different handhelds coming out of China. They're reviewing them all and telling you which one's the best one and all of that. And I kind of enjoy both of those communities. And sometimes I feel like just emulating that on like a little handheld. Sometimes I'm all about just, getting the, I guess the real version and mucking around with it on a CRT and all of that. I think it's both a lot of fun. But I guess October last year, I think he posted, or I at least saw the video, that he was starting up a company to make OLED screens for retro devices. And the first one they were doing was an OLED screen for the Switch Lite. And immediately I was like, oh my God, that is exactly what I want, because I love the form factor of the Switch Lite. A lot more pocketable, a lot smaller. At the time, like my biggest gripe with the Switch was the fact that the Joy-Cons feel wobbly. It made it feel like a device that I didn't really love over time. But the Switch Lite, it's got the D-pad, it's got everything that I want, but the screen just, it wasn't the OLED screen. It kind of sucked. It was a bad LCD screen. So the idea of like swapping it out, I'm like, beautiful. So about October, I pre-ordered the Mega Kit or whatever. So that comes with like new sticks, buttons, shells, and that's what you're seeing here with the black. And in the video that he I guess, showcased his new screens and all of that, he used this Switch, I guess, a Switch Lite Zelda edition, which at the time literally just come out with the game. So when I saw like what it looked like with like this black border instead of like the gold trimming that sort of blends into the paint, I'm like, that looks awesome. And I now that I've actually got it myself, it looks wicked. I think it looks better with the black border, personally. So yeah, I pre-ordered in October and months went by. I was expecting this thing like at least to be within 2024 coming before Christmas. And I waited and I waited and I waited and Switch 2 got announced.
Oh, and you waited.
And I waited and I waited. So these things, these screens arrived after Switch 2. So a lot of the original reasoning for doing it was like, well, I've got an OLED Switch Lite now, but the Switch 2's here. Like, it's more powerful. It's got a great screen. It's got all these things that sort of solve the problems that I have. So the delay, just putting it blunt, pissed me off. And luckily, Taki Udon, they put out a lot of updates and things like that. They explain like what was happening with the factory. And I originally pre-ordered the kit that actually gave HDMI out of a Switch Lite. And there was problems with that. And they had to like basically send off samples, wait to get them back. And if they're not right, they send them off again. And that just takes time and time and time and time. And it just added up to months and months and months. So I downgraded to the version without the HDMI. And I'm glad that I did, because I've got no desire to get HDMI out of a Switch Lite. Like I had a bit of a desire back before the Switch 2. It's like, it'll be cool type of thing. But then I found out that the way they're doing it, I think honestly, it took away the headphone jack and it replaced it with like a HDMI output. So like, I'm not going to just plug in a HDMI cord to my TV. I'm not going to have like a dangling HDMI cord. Like, it just wasn't all that convenient. And I think they are selling a dock, but obviously now with Switch 2, like if I'm going to play Smash Brothers, Mario Odyssey, all of these games, they're enhanced on Switch 2. They're going to play much better. And it sort of has no reason. Like the idea of this small handheld, the Switch Lite, is just to take around with me, and I'm easily able to move saves around and virtual game key cards. So it's not really a problem. So I'm glad that I actually didn't end up doing that version, because to start off with, it's more work. And I'll get into what it took to actually take these things apart and get them made. And yeah, I've got no desire to do it. So yes, after all this time, it finally come in after Switch 2. It's kind of a moot point in some ways. But I love just like tinkering around with things. I love it on the hardware side. I love it on the software side. But I haven't really done anything this involved before, where I literally had to take this thing apart and take everything out of it, every screw, until it got down to the screen. For my yellow Switch, I didn't have to remove a screen. I just put the OLED screen into this brand new shell that I got. And that was fine. That was easier. But when it came to the Zelda one, obviously I want to use the existing shell. Getting the screen out of this thing and installing a new screen was very stressful.
I bet. You wouldn't want to stuff it up.
Yeah. And it was on my dining room table for a long time because I used a hairdryer to melt the glue that attaches the screen. But this time of night, I didn't really want to set off a hairdryer with the kids in bed and all of this. So I sat on my desk for a long time, so I didn't get it made for a while. But last night I sat down and I did it all, got it done. And there was like some points when I was installing the new screen, it wasn't flush and it was just annoying me, and was going back and forward, and then like, this is my fault obviously, but I lost the button on the floor. I'm like, Christ, I think it was the X button. I couldn't find the X button. Obviously I found it. It's in there now.
Yes.
So there was a lot of stress with it. So I think like, if you're going to ask me if it's worth it, I think I would say for me, yes, because I love, like I mentioned at the start of the show, I love the colors that just pop out of the screen. And like this OLED screen, it looks amazing. And you can set it on different modes, and I've got it on the vibrant mode. So the game I tested it with straight away was Mario Kart 8, and it looks gorgeous. But you can, I'm used to Switch 2 after a month now, so I can see that yes, it is 720p. It's not 1080 like I've been used to. It's a much smaller screen, which is good for certain circumstances. But when I'm home, the Switch 2 is definitely going to be the option. But I am happy that I finally have it. I took it to one of those phone, screen protector installers. I got them to put a screen protector on, for me. So it looks really, really good, which I'm happy with. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. It looks great, but the amount of time it took to come in, it kind of makes it a little bit redundant just with the Switch 2 out now. It took a lot to sort of get it together. I did 2 of them, and I'm a big dum-dum, so it's obviously not that hard in the scheme of things, but there were a couple of stressful times. Yeah.
Is it just step-by-step instructions? They give you something to do? This is how you install it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Troubleshooting things, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a YouTube video, just, take out this screw, this screw, move this,
Nice.
and I was just pausing it on the iPad, just as I needed to slow it down and watch things.
That's the way to do it. Yeah.
So yeah, I got it done, and I guess how I'm going to use my Switch Lite, I had to decide, what will I make my main Switch Lite, because you can only pair 2 Switch consoles. So one's obviously the Switch 2, then the other one that will be able to work with my virtual game keycards from my digital library. And I put up a picture on the Discord, and I think you and Luke said, "Oh, look, the gold one." And I've gone with the gold one just because it's Zelda and it's different from my other handhelds. I'm trying, like I said, I've bought some more handheld devices, and I'm trying to make them all different colors so they all stand out from one another. So I've already got black consoles. The Switch Lite, the Switch 2 is pretty much black. The Steam Deck's black, and I guess the main big consoles that I will have will be black because they are mainly black or white usually. I might upgrade my Steam Deck or ROG Ally to the new Xbox one coming out later this year, and that one's there's no color options for that one. It's just black. So for these other handhelds like the Switch Lite or the Retroid Pocket that I'm getting, I'm trying to avoid black for those ones that have those options. So yeah, that's the same thing with the Switch Lite. Going with the gold because I haven't really seen the option for a gold console or gold handheld in any of the other ones. So the black one is being, I guess, shelved, but I must admit, it looks so sleek in person. It doesn't really do it justice here, especially with all those fingerprints I've just put all over it, just holding it. But it's got a really nice matte feel. It feels like the Switch 2 Pro controller, which, as we know, it feels really nice.
Okay.
Same with the back of the Switch 2 as well. It's got that feel. It does just draw fingerprints like anything though. So I guess that's a downside for the material that what's that company called? I forgot what it was called. Just off the top of my head, that does the actual shell. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm looking forward to playing games on it that aren't Switch 2 enhanced. So obviously I won't be playing Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, all those games that have Switch 2 versions, additions, or just upgrades. I won't be going back to Switch Lite to play those. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to fire up Tears of the Kingdom now.
No.
And at the time, I was excited to maybe play Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild on a Zelda Switch Lite. It's kind of fitting. The themes fit. I was all about that, but the time has passed for that. But I think where this thing will definitely shine is maybe RPGs on Switch that aren't enhanced or anything like that. I see Octopath Traveler 2, that's on sale for $33. I'm like, I've got vouchers. I think that game will look phenomenal on this thing. Same with the Dragon Quest games, or there's I'm waiting for the Lunar Remastered collection to go on sale. That's on my wish list. It's a PlayStation 1 game, beautiful pixel art. That is going to look phenomenal on this small OLED screen, and I won't be missing anything not playing it on Switch. Switch 2, sorry. Yeah. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing stuff like that, stuff I want to take with me that will really look beautiful on this screen. So yeah, it's a great setup actually. The virtual game cards, just moving them easily from one another. If I want to play it exclusively on the Switch Lite, I can have it loaded into the Switch Lite. But if I want to play it on the TV, just on the Switch 2, I can play it. It just needs to be done with an online check, which is fine, obviously, if you're at home. So, um,
Yeah,
I've said it before,
so it works
but
out well.
yeah, I've said it before, but I love the new virtual game card thing that Nintendo's installed. Like, I love looking through my library, just like going through all of my games, just set up as little cartridges. It really tickles me. I love how they display it because, um, I like adding to it. And that's a good thing for Nintendo, where it's like I like adding to that virtual key card library that I have, as opposed to like PlayStation or, well, not really Xbox. I don't buy that many games on Xbox, if any, especially now, last couple of years. But like on PS5, I feel like it's kind of a waste when I get a digital game. I don't know about you. Like you might feel the same on Switch too, because I know you're a physical guy. You like adding to your shelf, but if I get like a digital game, I usually play it on PlayStation, but I never see it again. It's not really displayed in that way. But how Nintendo does it, I really like how it's displayed and how it moves between my systems and all of that. I think it's quite cool. So don't know.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm happy I got one, Josh. I've got an OLED Switch, and after we do this podcast tonight, I'm definitely going to install a lot of games because on my Switch Lite, I got a terabyte SD card in it. I'll be able to fit a lot more games. Whereas on Switch 2, I'll be able to use it just for the games that I'm either playing right then or switch to exclusive, and I won't have to worry about that. But I'll be able to actually have access to my games that way, which should be good. But yeah, and
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's what are you going to do? Like, how does saves work? Like, do you like if you're going to play a game on your Switch Lite and then you want to play it on your Switch 2, can you transfer the same save over, or does it have to be like separate accounts?
Oh no, yeah, you can just upload it to the cloud, and you can
It's
do it.
all-
You can
yeah.
do it so it's automatic. I typically do it manually. Like I go on, I press the plus button on the game, then I go to cloud saves. Then it tells you like, oh, there's a more recent cloud save on the server, and it asks you if you like to download it or not. I like to do that, and
Yep.
I haven't had to do it for a long time though, because I haven't really been jumping between systems probably since like, I guess maybe closer to the Switch Lite launch. But like with the OLED, I was just playing on the OLED, and now with the Switch 2, it's been on the Switch 2. So this is like the first time in a while where I'm jumping between, I guess, two Nintendo platforms a little bit. But don't know, looks great. I should make a video on it because like I see some people have made videos on it. But yeah, it'd be cool to show it off a little bit more because I think it's something that if you like the Switch Lite and you don't mind tinkering and the OLED's worth it for you, it's definitely worth having a look at. I will say though, if you're like, oh, that sounds great, Drew, where can I buy one? You haven't been able to buy one for months, so unfortunately, which is frustrating. But maybe once they get the deliveries out for people like me who ordered 9 months ago, maybe they'll take pre-orders again. I don't know. But yeah, it's been good. I couldn't decide whether I wanted a black or a red one. So I actually do have one more screen and one more red shell left to make, but I don't have that many Switch Lites. So the idea for that, if I ever see a Switch Lite that maybe has a broken screen and I can get it for cheap, I'll be making a red one too. But that's kind of just, I love red. I love red, so I'm kind of just...
You love red.
Yeah, I do love red. So I kind of just want one, but there isn't much need for it. I kind of jumped on that one because I think they were having some problems with the touchscreen variant. So they got two variants. They got like a touch version and a non-touch version. So they're having a problem with the touch. So they said,
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they said
Okay.
after this run, we're not going to do touch anymore. I'm like, oh, all right. So I bought an extra one just because I panicked a little bit. I'm like, oh, that'll suck. But
I know. So, yeah, I mean, it's always handy to have the touch controls though. That's the downside of that. Yeah.
yeah, I definitely agree. I was thinking though, like, what games do I use touch for? I'm like, I don't know. I don't. There aren't
Probably not a lot. It's probably not a lot when you think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, like when you play Balatro, do you use touch or do you just use the buttons or the controller? What do you do it with?
Mainly the buttons. I have before. If I'm really laying on the couch and I'm getting sore fingers from holding, the console or the controller, I sometimes put it in tabletop mode and I'll use my fingers like that, and that works pretty well too.
Yeah, because most games, they are set up just like assuming you're on the TV, so obviously you won't have access to the touchscreen. So majority of games
Yeah.
don't. Like the only thing I could think of, honestly, was like Mario Kart 8 uses it for the menus. But apart from that, like a lot of games don't
That's
even
it,
support
yeah.
touch on the menus. Like Smash Brothers doesn't, and like there aren't many, so it's not too big a deal, I guess. But yeah,
No, not a yeah, not a deal breaker.
yeah. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Looks good.
Yeah,
I was playing some.
that's cool. It's yeah.
Yeah, no, you go, sorry.
Yeah, you could play definitely some like older, like more classic stuff on it, and it'd be looking really nice. You know, maybe like Link's Awakening on that. I know the Switch 2's got the upgrades, but just some older stuff like that on your Zelda Switch Lite OLED now. Just yeah, seems like it'd be quite fitting.
Yeah, well, yeah. The main thing was to play some of those older Zelda games, like Echoes of Wisdom last year. Like I was like, I definitely want to play that on
Yeah.
this. But now I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
well,
sure.
I'm like, no, I'm going to play it on like that on the Switch too, definitely.
Gonna run better.
Yeah, but I guess there's no harm in. No, I was going to say there's no harm in like jumping between them, but honestly, like even if I do go to work or go on a trip or something, I'll just pack the Switch 2 for that game. If I know I'm going to be
Yeah.
playing that, it will be on that one. So yeah, there's no ifs or buts. So it's just Skyward Sword basically left for the Zelda Switch Lite that won't have enhancements on Switch 2. That's that might be the option.
As well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't be playing that anytime soon. Actually, that's something that I was thinking about the game key, or not the key cards, the vouchers. Josh, have you got Skyward Sword?
Michaela has it physically, so I just borrow that.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, because I remember you saying
I
that
literally,
you
it's
wanted to
literally
play.
right there on the bookcase. Yeah, and it is on my list still. So the thought did occur to me to try to just get it digitally, but I thought no, I'd rather a brand new game, something I haven't played before. So that's why those others were coming up.
Yeah, because I forgot. I remember I was going to suggest something to you. Like I know there was something that Josh wanted to play, but it came up now. I'm like, oh, I've got to make sure he doesn't miss out on that Wii Classic. That Wii Classic. Just play it on Wii.
No, I will play it on my Switch too, I think. Yes, yeah. A lot of those upgrades make it feel a lot more appealing to me. So, and especially on Switch 2 now as well with the visual and the frame rate upgrade too, potentially.
Yeah. I don't think there will be an upgrade for Skyward Sword, but
It might, maybe. We don't know.
I'm just saying, it ran really well on Switch. I'm just gonna like I spent like on Switch with the remaster. I basically played it for a little bit when I got to like the desert area and did some puzzles. I'm like, all right, I've had enough. Like I've done this before and I know what's coming up, and I don't think I can muster all that right now.
Well, that's fair enough.
All right.
Like there is something about that, and then I do wonder with some of these GameCube classics when they do come to NSO whether I'll feel the same in that way, if I'm not that keen on it either.
Yeah, I definitely want Wii Virtual Console on Switch too. That'd be great, but don't know. They'll just do what they do with Skyward Sword and just keep re-releasing them.
Well, they're running out of stuff, because if stuff's already out on NSO, then they announce a remake or a remaster. How's that going to work eventually? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out. But just give us GameCube.
We will find out.
Just give us GameCube games. We just started. You just gave us our first drop.
Yes, and it's been good. Yeah, they've been great so far.
Yeah, definitely. Josh, let's check the mail or the letterbox here at the House of Mario. We got some write-ins from the Discord community, so thank you very much. We got the first one from the Winter Gamer. He says, now that you've experienced both the next console generation for PlayStation and Nintendo, what are some things they did better, and what are some things they could improve on? Which consoles make you feel was worth the upgrade? I'd like to kick it over to you, Josh. I have thoughts on I guess the other consoles. when I guess 5 years ago when they updated theirs to. He mentions PlayStation, but I'll put Xbox in this as well with like the Series X and the PlayStation 5 moving from PS4 and Xbox One, how we moved to those consoles, and that was kind of I guess that was the first of the iterative console where it was very much just like, hey, look, it's better, it runs better. There's nothing to get like really excited about. Like games look great and the hard drives are fast now, so look at those load times and look what that can mean for game design and things like that. But it certainly wasn't like a PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 situation where like that was like, wow, like next generation of gamers crazy. But we're just sort of just not there at the moment. And I think the Switch shows that as well. But is there anything that the other consoles might have done better, or I guess as far as like the transition goes?
So what was the question again? Sorry, because I'm trying to look at it in the show notes and it wasn't there, and I got lost halfway through. It's in the Discord chat, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or
sorry.
Homestead.
I went straight to the Discord just purely because
Yeah.
I didn't have the time to copy and paste it because it takes a bit of formatting too. Just for
No, all good.
for anybody who cares. But yeah, I guess the idea, Josh, is just that now that we've experienced, I guess the console generations from PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, what are some things that they did better that like Nintendo could improve on? Which console do you feel like was worth the upgrade?
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Because like whenever Nintendo's done it, it's always been something completely different each time, and it's the new novelty feature that you really get drawn to. Whereas, PlayStation's been a bit more about continuing on with the library, and this is just the next thing, but a bit bigger and better. A bit like what Switch 1, Switch 2 had, and then Xbox. Definitely these days tends to do that, but then with the Xbox One, it was horrible, wasn't it? With the internet connection required, you couldn't transfer games, all that kind of stuff that they had at the start. So, definitely don't do what Xbox did at the start there. I think, I appreciate the amount of attention they've done to backwards compatibility this generation from Switch 1 to Switch 2. Like, they've really cared about it. So I think taking a leaf from what PlayStation did from 4 to 5, because that's what they were very keen on. Because obviously you got, they had one game at launch, Sony, PlayStation, with the PS5. There wasn't much they were doing out there. So it was a similar, the games will come, but whilst you wait, you can buy and upgrade to the PS5 here and still play some of your older games with improved visuals and things like that. So I think that's something that Nintendo's taken a little bit. I don't know if they directly took it on board, but they've, done the same thing effectively with the Switch 2. So I think I've appreciated that, because for me, I've had the upgraded hardware this last month with the Switch 2, but then I've also, outside of the new games with Mario Kart World, I've been playing, my Balatro run still going on right now. My Tetris 99, there's been events since then. So it's been a pretty seamless transition from one generation to the next. So I've really appreciated that. So I think, going forward, the way that they continue that, because they've done it with NSO as well. From the next console, whatever they do, I think is really good.
Yeah, I agree with you there too. Like, it kind of feels like what Xbox did with the Series X, because they had like the same operating system. It all looked the same. You move over and for the most part, your games just run better. Series X Enhanced is what they were calling it at the time. And it didn't feel like that special. But if you were an Xbox fan, you enjoyed your Series X or your your Xbox One X, and you moved over to your Series X, you would have, just right at home straight away, and your games all work and it's all great. But with like PlayStation, I guess they sort of tried the new console approach where new operating system, it looks different, new front end. And I feel like they did a good job with their games too. Because you mentioned one game, but like Demon Souls, that was like the PS5 exclusive. But they had Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was a cross-gen game. They had what's it called? Sackboy: A Big Adventure. That was a cross-gen game as well. And then what we all bullied Nintendo about with Welcome Tour not being included with Switch 2, they had a great sort of offering with Astrobot.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Which was honestly like my favorite game at launch. I loved it.
Great game at launch. Yeah.
So I think it's just like an approach the console manufacturers have been doing for the last 5 years, and Nintendo's just stepped up into that because they've all sort of found the place they want to be. Maybe minus Xbox now. I think they're going in a very different direction with their next generation hardware, but we'll see in a couple of years probably. But
yeah,
I guess at the time, PlayStation knows what it wants to be. It wants to be a powerful piece of hardware, but also a mainstream piece of tech that everybody uses. It's like it's the go-to place to play third-party games on console. They want to be where you play Fortnite, Call of Duty, but they also want to give you their own sort of artsy experiences too, whether it's The Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima or all of this stuff. That's what they want to do, and Nintendo knows exactly what they want to be now. Like the Switch is the one console that brings all of their development efforts together. They want to make Nintendo games, and it's all a very similar thing. They've got a spec that they need to hit for the generation, and with Switch, it worked out just beautifully for them, and I think that's what the fans wanted as well. So it's easy to decide to move forward with that. So I think they all sort of transitioned pretty well. Like to be honest with you, and they all added features too that was like really appreciated. I think on the Xbox side of things with the Series X, one of the most underrated things for that console is what is the term for it? I forget. There's so many freaking Xbox terms, but I'm thinking of smart delivery. It's not smart delivery. I'm so frustrated. I forgot it. But you basically are to switch between games super quickly. Like I can go between like a Call of Duty.
Yep.
I can go to this, and it's just like it's instant. And then you can go back to it, and it's just already there. I think that is like a game changer feature, honestly, for consoles. Nobody talks about it because it's on Xbox, and I guess nobody plays it or uses it or whatever. But if that was on like the Switch or the PlayStation 5, I think that'd be great. I'm really annoyed that I forgot what it's called. I think because I use it all the time when I'm playing on Xbox, because I mainly play on Switch, and when I'm playing console, like one of those, it's on PS5. And then Xbox for me is like basically Game Pass and backwards compatible Xbox 360 games. But when I actually use it, I'm like, this is great. Like I can go between like an indie game, and I'm like, oh, a bit sick of this. Go to Forza Horizon a little bit, drive around.
Quick resume.
Quick resume. Thank you, Josh. A bit of a Google helped out well there. But yeah, quick resume, honestly, is a feature I would love to see on everything going forward. Like it was just great. It's like just going between apps on your phone, just going between Twitter, going between podcast apps, just douche. You go back and forward as much as you want. You can actually unplug the Xbox, move it, plug it back in, and it just quick resumes your game still. It's like saved in there somehow. It's amazing. Like, I don't know. If there was like a portable Xbox that had that, and you could just pick up your Xbox and just go quick resume right back to where you were, that'd be phenomenal. It's such an underrated feature. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything that necessarily Nintendo could learn really from the other two. I think they kind of all did the similar thing. They just sort of rolled forward and improved what they already did before.
Yeah.
I don't know. This might be a bit of a long one, so I don't know how long we want to go into this one, Josh. But Dolphin Pants, our friend here in the chat, he says, pick a new character for each color to add to Smash on Switch 2. And it's inspired by a video from Brojangster. Brojangster. I haven't watched the video from Brojangster, but I don't know. I was looking at this earlier, Josh. I'm like, I got so many characters in Smash. I honestly don't have too many. I actually need. But in the thumbnail here, I see for yellow they like have a picture of Homer Simpson. So this is where we can just be ridiculous, I guess. I'm going to choose purple. So we've got a color grid here. I'm going to go with purple. I'm going to say Hades from Kid Icarus Uprising. I really wanted him in, like, when was it? Back on Wii U, when Sakurai, he basically put out a vote for the characters they want included in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, the DLC. And I think Bayonetta actually ended up winning that one. But the character I chose was Hades. Like, even all the way back then, I really wanted Hades from Kid Icarus Uprising. Would have been a lot of fun. He just talks smack the whole time in that game. So he would have been pretty cool with the taunts, the move set, all of that. He would have been a pretty strong character. I kind of imagine him on the same vein as like Ganondorf, I guess. You know, big, sort of powerful bad guy. So that's honestly like the one I've always thought about since. Just like, I've got pretty much all the characters. You know, we've got Cloud and Snake and all of these like characters we never expect. You know, Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Like you know, it's gotten ridiculous over the last few years with Smash Ultimate. But yeah, there's still a couple, there I want. And I don't know, like picking a character by the color. I don't want to get too racist. You know, don't want to get too racist because like there's like
you mentioned purple and no Waluigi though. Come on.
Oh, that's true. That's true. All right, I'll just put him in pink. We'll just put him he's got a pink nose, so we'll just put him in pink. Waluigi, honestly, is a one that it'd be fun just to have a troll character. Just Waluigi as a troll character. Like, it'd be fun to have him like really slow, just doing his like his walk, and like you stomp people in, kind of similar to like the assist trophy Waluigi. I'd appreciate just that. So that'd be great. Would you main Waluigi if he was in the game?
Oh, for sure. 100%. I really would. Like it's been such a meme for such a long time now. Just like if he finally arrives in Smash Bros, it'd be amazing. I'm thinking of purple as well. The Les Famicom Detective Club has the purple theme to it. So what about Emio, Drew? The actual baddie in the paper bag. What if he was a character? That'd be creepy.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine like his final smash? He just like kills someone, puts a bag over their head, just leaves them by the side of the road.
Yes. Yep. I mean, we've got a little bit of Famicom Detective Club within the Smash Bros. With like the spirits, with like I think Ayumi Tachibana, one of the characters, but that's really it. There's not a lot of Famicom Detective Club, so having a character in Smash Bros, why not? I think that'd be cool.
Why not?
Wouldn't get many people excited, but I'd be pretty excited for it.
It's just we're just like doing purple characters, so just Barney the dinosaur, just so we can, you know, just bring that song to life.
Barney.
Like, you know, the playoff song, like I love you, you love me, let's get there and kill Barney. we can bring that to like fruition. Just actually knock Barney off the screen. So that'd be nice.
That'd be good. I'm looking at my amiibo for inspiration, but then I'm like, no, these are already from Smash Bros.
So the Smash amiibo. It's like, oh,
yeah, it's not helping me. I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be good. Oh wait, they're already in it. So that's not helping. Another purple character, eh?
Just purple Pikmin.
Sleepy Wiggle.
Jeff from the Wiggles.
Yeah, that's right. Jeff from the Wiggles.
Yeah, just go through all the kids shows. Like, oh, who's someone purple?
Yeah. Yep. Does Dora the Explorer wear purple, or is it's more of a pinky shirt, isn't it?
I think it's pink. I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah. Lucas has not discovered. He's into Gabby's Dollhouse on Netflix.
I've never heard of that. Gabby's Dollhouse.
It's a girl with a dollhouse, and then she like goes into it, and then it becomes animated, and they do things. I've honestly not sat down and actually watched it. It's just happening. But I know it's not too bad because I'm paying enough attention to it, but I know there's not like profanity or something like that in it. But that's good. I showed Lucas
Tinky Winky.
Tinky Winky. No, I hate the Teletubbies.
Teletubbies. I love Teletubbies.
Oh, dude, I cannot stand the Teletubbies.
Ditto. There's a Pokemon.
Oh, there's a decent one. That isn't
Teletubbies. Have a cool ability to copy it and then just keep it, like, don't copy it for a color. Just copy the shape of the other character and keep it purpley, pinky looking, so you know which character you are. But that'd be cool. Just like the Ditto in the game at the moment, I guess, but it's just a character. Because that's what he does now. Yeah. Yes. Yep. But just make it a playable character. That'd be cool. That would be cool. Dolphin Pan's like, he said the most obvious thing since we're talking purple characters. He just says like Spyro for purple. It's like, yeah,
It's the most obvious one. We didn't
Oh,
even
that'd
say
be good.
Spyro.
Yeah, Spyro would be good.
So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
said
that would be good.
said Barney the dinosaur before we said Spyro. When that set us on
I'm
just like
glad
a
I said
little kid.
Waluigi because that was the other obvious one.
Yeah. I mean, Spyro, that'd be excellent. I'd love Spyro in there. That'd be great. They got to talk to Uncle Phil at Xbox now to get
Yeah.
Spyro in there.
Oh, Zurg from Toy Story. He's purple and he has a video game thing at the start. So that would fit.
Zurg.
Because at the start of Toy Story 2, it's a video game
Yeah.
kind of opening.
Kill
and he's
Buzz
in it.
Lightyear.
Yes.
Kill Buzz Lightyear.
Yes.
Yeah. Why
Zurg.
not?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh,
done.
man. Do not put us in charge of Smash Brothers DLC. You'll have Lightning I was going to say for Red, Lightning McQueen from Cars. Why not?
No.
Why not? Lightning McQueen's cool, man.
Stupid films.
Really?
The third one, they're spies or something, and they're trying to like catapult onto the side of a boat.
Oh.
And it's like, what the hell's going on, man?
Yeah, you're definitely right about number 2. That went like spy espionage, like just really
Is that what
weird.
it was? Number 2. Yeah.
Yeah, but number 1 and number 3. Number 3 is pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, like trust me, I've watched the movies and I've read the books too many times.
Books.
Yeah.
The books. What? They're books for cars?
Well, I'm not talking a novel. I'm talking about an illustrated book for kids. I'm not reading the novel. I'm like chapter 1. Lightning McQueen was very excited for this
it's like
race.
a brony situation for cars. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate Cars. I think there's a 5th movie or 4th movie, whatever they're up to, I don't know, coming out soon or later this year. That'll be fun. I want to take Lucas to that. I think he will love it.
Well, yeah, I suppose they're running out of ideas, aren't they? Yeah, I haven't watched them. I watched the first one, and that's it. And then part of that second one, and that was enough. There's a 5th Toy Story coming? Man, that's crazy.
Is there? Man, we don't need another one of them.
Zootopia 2?
Never
I thought we're done after 4, but yes.
I was listening to Seth. He was ranking like the the Pixar films, and I think like since 2013, I haven't like watched one. I don't think like I've got no idea what's going on at the moment in the Pixar land.
Yep.
Because he was ranking films. I'm like, I don't know if I've even heard about this movie. And I've got nothing against it. I quite enjoy sitting down and watching one. But I don't really watch that many TV or movies by myself. And my wife isn't going to sit down and watch a Pixar movie with me because she's an adult, I guess. But I don't know.
It's still fun.
Oh yeah,
They're
really
made
fun.
for adults to laugh and watch it as well.
100%.
Pixar
Yeah,
films.
I definitely agree. I think yeah, because I'm very excited for like the Mario movie coming out next year. I know it's a kids movie. I don't care. I want to see the beeps and bops on the screens. I want to see Yoshi put out his tongue and Mario grab it and then just like
Definitely
flick it.
excited for that.
Yeah, be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Any other characters, Josh?
Purple ones or other colors?
Yeah, well, Dolphin Pans asked for other colors, but maybe we can come back each week and just go, all right, this is a teal character.
Yeah. Yeah. We've comprehensively done purple for you.
Yeah.
Dolphin Pants. There you go.
Yeah, we don't have a whole video dedicated to it, like Bro Jangster of the Bro Jangster YouTube channel, but we have done purple and one red.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
Rick says, Drew, are you expecting to, what are you expecting to see from the new Nintendo Direct happening this week? I'm going for Splatoon Raiders showing and for it to release this year.
The what?
And then that was
what?
followed up by people saying, people are predicting a Direct this week. Then Jamie saying, Direct? What Direct? And that honestly had me being like, wait. Is there a Direct announced? Like,
The Direct? Yeah. Like me right now checking Twitter. Like, what?
yeah. So I think, I guess Ricky's really putting down the prediction that, yes, we will get a Nintendo Direct very soon, later this week. So what are we expecting from this Nintendo Direct, Josh? I wouldn't expect anything maybe a week before Donkey Kong. I don't know if Nintendo's going to come out and show off some new release dates and all of that just before they release like their major game this year outside of Mario Kart.
I don't know anymore, Drew. They had the Switch 2 announcement on the same day as Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on the 16th of January. So I don't know what to think and expect anymore. So
I think there's a
it's
bit
been
more
very
riding
quiet
on
last week.
There's more riding on Bonanza than there was the remaster of the Wii game.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But it's definitely possible. It hasn't. It's been a bit of a quiet. Feels like an eye before the storm. I wouldn't be expecting it now, not until after Bonanza comes out. But the question is what to expect. Is that what it was?
Yeah, what are you expecting? And what do you hope as well? Because I'll just say for me, I hope that we see more of these third-party games come out and get announced and have a bit more of a roadmap for all games, indies and third parties and Nintendo, not just like, because fair enough. I think you're in the same boat too, but a lot of people just buy Switch and Switch 2 for Nintendo games. But honestly, I want all these other games on it as well. I want like more Tony Hawk's. I want more Borderlands. I want more Star Wars. I want like all these things on Switch because I prefer to play handheld. And at the moment, it's the most powerful handheld I've got. So god damn it, give it to me on the Switch too. So that's what I hope for.
Yeah.
I just want more of that because we know what we're getting from Nintendo. We've got a few release dates still to sort out, but they'll sort them out on the Nintendo Today app or something like that. They'll do it the most boring way possible without people knowing. Just because you can't take screenshots or anything like that. But I don't know. What are you expecting or hoping from this Nintendo Direct? That's definitely happening.
If it's happening this week, I would expect Metroid Prime 4 to get dated. I would expect Hyrule, the new Hyrule Warriors game as well, and Kirby Air Riders, all of them to get their release dates for the rest of this year. And then, some third-party stuff. It'd have to be some like bigger third-party titles, sort of maybe being held back for this moment in a Nintendo Direct to get as many eyes on it as possible. Another DK Bonanza trailer, and this would be, maybe a time they cross over with Mario Kart World as well. Here's some costumes as well. Maybe you can play as DK in the lead up to DK Bonanza, something like that. And then I would think 1 or 2 big announcements for what's coming next year. So if there's going to be something really big next year, I'm guessing Animal Crossing. I'd go with that. We get a big Animal Crossing teaser.
That's massive.
In 2026. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think honestly, like just predicting like when are we going to see a Direct or a big marketing segment or whatever they want to do. I don't know what they're doing these days.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't expect one until September. And I
think we can get away with one until September now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good until then. Like we have a busy July. We got a sort of a busy August. We got like a Drag and Drive. We've got
you got Kirby.
Kirby as well.
The DLC.
Yeah, so they sort of got stuff there. And I think for September, I think that's when we'll probably like whatever comes out in September, whether it is Metroid.
I think that's when Metroid comes out. I feel September's Metroid's month.
Yeah.
So they need to do something with that soonish, I feel. They've got to announce it sometime. Like that release date's got to be pretty soon. It's not going to be October. It's not going to be when Legends ZA comes out. So it's either September or November. Because I don't think December's an option.
No. Oh, well. It is what it is, Josh. We'll just have to not watch marketing material.
Right. I've waited so long. It's under 6 months at least now. I know. Because they won't delay it at this rate, I would have thought, at this stage.
If there is a Direct later this week, though, we will be knocking on your door, Rick, saying, who are your sources? We'll shake you down and we'll get to know.
Yeah. Your uncle works at Nintendo, evidently.
Yeah, obviously. But actually, I think what we'll do, if Rick is right, we will go over. We won't shake him down. I think we'll actually say, look, Rick, you got to come with us. He'll be like, what's going on? Like, come on, like you got to come with us. And he'll hop in the car and he'll be in the passenger seat and we'll like explain to him, like, look, since you shown that you knew when the Nintendo Direct was on the House of Mario, that was in the public. That was in the sphere. Nintendo saw that. And they're after you, mate. We've got to hide you. So we're like the FBI basically relocating him and his family to help him out. Maybe that's what we'll have to do in the future. But for your your family and everything, Rick, I hope that's not the case. I hope it was just you putting out into the ether maybe what you hope. But if you truly know something, mate, you've got to keep your head down and we'll be there soon. All right, mate.
Watch out for the Nintendo ninjas. Yep.
Now, I do believe you live in the UK, so we'll take a minute to get over there, but we will be there to help, nevertheless. But with that, Josh, that brings us to the end of the House of Mario 320. How did we go, mate?
Pretty well, thank you. I reckon pretty good. Just the slight delay with the strikers. We'll have to work on that, won't we? But it worked out in the end, I think.
Oh, look, the only person that needs to work shit out when it comes to strikers is me. It's just me.
Well, that is true. I did win 5-1, so there you go.
But I'm going to leave you all with a Nintendo Jukebox this week, and it's the title screen from Pikmin 4. And I've been meaning to let Josh pick a song, and I just haven't got around to sending that message. So I picked something I think he might appreciate, which he's a massive Pikmin fan. So here it is. Josh, what would have you picked from Pikmin 4 if you actually got the message from me and you got to choose?
It would have been this one. This is beautiful and peaceful. This is title screen, and you can just, I don't know. I kind of watch it sometimes. I just let it play. I'm like, oh yeah, now I need to actually play the game, and then I press and go into it. So it's a very nice intro. Nice.
Well, I'm glad I picked well. But
yeah, you did.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate Dolphin Pants. I appreciate you in the chat and everybody else on YouTube services and watching on youtube.com/iDruby, watching the VOD. Appreciate you guys as well. Thank you very much, but it's time to get on out of here. The doors are closed. I'll catch you later. The House of Mario, a Nintendo podcast, is proudly recorded in South Australia. It's hosted and produced by me, Drew Agnew, alongside my co-host, Josh, or JT if you like. Be sure to check out youtube.com/iDruby, where I share all of my other content and stream the House of Mario live every Monday night at 8:30 p.m. Australian Central Standard Time. Join the Homestead Discord to be a part of our growing community, chat with fellow Nintendo fans, and get involved with the show through our mailbox channel. And don't miss JT's fortnightly Nintendo podcast, Nintendo Maniacs. Each episode features a brand new guest, and if you love the House of Mario, you'll feel right at home there too.